I've heard the claim recently that house music helps you focus and that it can even make you more intelligent. Now, as a fan of house music myself, this obviously sparked my interest. But these are two claims here that vary wildly in magnitude. Helping you focus and making you more intelligent are two very different things. One is a great way to lock in on your work, and the other is a sort of permanent boost to your life somehow. So we're going to have to investigate those claims separately. And of course, I'll also talk about how I have tried this out myself. So first of all, what counts as house music? House music is a subgenre of EDM, which is, electronic dance music. And it's usually repetitive, it's somewhat quick, and it has deep bass lines. I'll play a sample here for you. Electronic dance music is a broader category that includes many forms of synthetic music. Just think about those 2016 montages that we'd all see on YouTube, and they'd use those generic songs over and over. That was EDM. So now we know what house music is and we know what EDM is. How can we find out if this benefits your cognitive performance? Past research has actually shown that listening to classical music, like Mozart, can improve the IQ in the realm of spatial thinking. And the proposed mechanism was that neurons in the brain are firing at a specific frequency corresponding to Mozart's music, and that somehow, matches the rhythm of your brain, and it boosts your spatial thinking. And so, of course, this means that listening to Mozart improves your spatial thinking compared to listening to nothing at all. But what about house music? It's not really the same as classical. You can't really say house is Mozart. They're obviously not the same thing. And, just one listen can show you that they're obviously very different. House music could be a major distraction for studying and critical thinking, as are many forms of music while studying. That's why this claim that house music can somehow boost focus even intrigued me in the first place, because I was under the assumption that music is simply a distraction while studying. It does not help. Well, as it turns out, it depends. Whether or not EDM or house music can help you depends on you. And let me explain. Studies have found that people with a greater working memory capacity experience less of the negative effects of music while studying. And the same goes for extroverted people. Apparently, extroverts don't get distracted by music as much as introverts. Interesting. It also depends on the content of the music. Some house music has lyrics, some does not. Lyrics tend to distract, especially when they're in a language you can understand. What's good about house music, though, is that much of it is repetitive and does not have a wide range of sounds. That's what helps you focus better. Now, house music also allegedly matches the rhythm of your brain. This is just a claim that I found. I couldn't find a research article that explicitly states this, but it's clear that the rhythm of music has a significant effect on your cognitive state. It's also clear that the brain has a biological rhythm. So it is possible that house music could match the brain's natural rhythm, but I would need a clear study that focuses on that claim to, even make a claim like that. There is clear research, though, on how build-ups and drops are useful for keeping you locked in on your studying. The build-ups and subsequent drops trigger dopamine release in your brain's reward centers, which sustains your engagement in the task at hand, whether that be studying for an exam or working on a highly technical project. House music as a whole seems to stimulate the brain, yet it does not distract the brain. The effect depends on your personality and your memory capacity, but it seems to have a positive effect on medical students in the study that I found. So this completely challenges the idea that music is just a distraction while studying. Now, can I say with certainty that if you listen to house music, you will get better grades or something like that? No, of course not. But can I say that if you listen to house music, you could focus better on your schoolwork? Yeah, I could. It's not guaranteed, but from my experience trying it, it helps me out. I like the music, I like the beats. House music does help me focus. My problem is that I always search for distractions when studying because I get bored. So if I put on house music to fill this boring silence, it actually keeps me focused and I stay focused for longer. So I have a playlist of 500 something house songs that just shuffles for hours on end. And I sometimes forget that the music's even playing because I've reached a flow state. And I think that's thanks to the music. And I hope the same will happen with everyone who tries this. So why not give it a try? It's not a totally bogus claim to say that house music boosts your focus. It actually has the potential to be beneficial. Now let's take a look at the other claim. Does house music boost intelligence? And I think you can see where this will go. If we can't say with certainty that house music boosts focus, then we definitely cannot say that it boosts intelligence with certainty. That's a much bigger claim. The Mozart effect did happen to increase IQ in certain categories, so it's possible that house music can also increase your IQ in certain categories. But since music in general can stimulate the brain, there's a chance that house music has a place there. And house music's tempo is decently close to the human heart rate, which apparently can promote your arousal states that might support a boost in your cognitive functioning. But none of these individual facts are saying with certainty that you can get an IQ boost just from house music listening. That doesn't mean house music is useless though. We just discovered that it can actually boost focus, and that's valuable information. So give house music a try the next time you study, and if you've never really listened to it before, give it a try just for fun anyway. I think it's a great and broad genre that can appeal to pretty much anyone because it's not really one genre. Although it's classified as that, you can't really put it into one genre. Now, as always, stay mindful, and I'll see you all in the next episode.